Hi guys. Sorry, I don't know what happened just then. It was just going live, going live, going live, going live, and nothing was happening. I had to kind of log in and out again. Hi everyone. What's happening? Hello. Sorry about the wait, guys. I don't know what was going on there with Google. I'm weird. Hang on. Where am I? Go over to the top. Hi Cindy. Hi AC12. Hi Billy Grates. Hi Nor. Hi Justy Alex. Hi Elle. Hi Devanchi. Hi guys. Sorry about the wait. Let me go from the top. Cindy, Loz, I don't know what I'm doing, but yesterday some guy asked for my Instagram and today some guy asked for my number, lol. I'm not into them. They're not my type, but I don't know, is this birds for land? What meaning can I give this? Yes, birds for land, darling. Your self-concept's working and attracting people. Absolutely. Could you talk more on body issues and self-concept? I tie my worth with my body a lot and find it hard to love my body as it is. I also struggle feeling enough in general with every aspect of my life. Okay, I've had that my whole life, darling. I used to feel like I was separate. There was like my head and then this body didn't exist. I didn't look at it. I didn't acknowledge it. It's like it didn't happen. Right? So I had to start standing in front of the mirror naked every morning as I got in the shower and looking at my naked body, which I hated, and saying, I'm perfect just the way I am. It was incredibly hard for me to say. Right? Sometimes the hardest things for you to affirm are the things you need to say. I love my body just as it is. I was born perfect. I was born perfectly. I am wonderfully made. Everything about me is perfect. I love my body and everyone else loves my body. They're the kind of things you have to say, even if they're hard. And don't look in the mirror if it really affects you. Part one. Hi, Loz. Got SP back and we dated, but now he said he wants to be friends. I know I created this with thinking that at one point and also feeling I'm not chosen a priority. I'm working on self concept. Oh, where's part two? Just jumped. I know he's my person. We're perfect together, and I'm not going to screw this up this time. I just need some Loz encouragement and guidance. You've changed my life. Oh, darling. I don't know where part two's gone. That's super annoying. Darling, listen, when you get friend zoned by them, you know exactly what it is. You've identified it. It's a whole lot of feeling not chosen, not prioritized, maybe not good enough for them, not good looking enough, that they've got other interests, that you're not the right kind of girl for them. Whatever the story is you're holding about them and the pedestal you've put them on and about you not being enough, right? So as soon as you change that, they'll change. It doesn't matter what the connection is you've got. If you're still holding the story that you're not the one they're going to pick, they won't pick you. So just change it and it'll change. Trust me, it'll change. Okay. I don't know why, but I caved and ordered a tarot reading on Etsy about love life and didn't like the outcome. She said I'd meet someone who didn't sound like my type at all, lol. Shorter and chubby. We'd meet on a dating app, which I'll never do. I know 100% I won't meet someone that way. I know not to listen, but what can be causing my thinking behind this? That you felt the need to go to a fucking Etsy tarot reader in the first place because you're in a whole lot of doubt, darling. So all she could reflect back to you was a story you didn't even want. Oh, you're just going to meet some fat guy online. What? Oh, that's just my doubt talking. I doubt that I'm going to get my person. So I went to this fucking person and all they reiterated back to me was a whole lot of fucking doubt and shitty story because I've got a shitty story that this person isn't coming back. No. Reached out to SP and he responded positively. Even though it was a day later, he still responded. I've been affirming he responds to me in a timely manner and affirming he initiates contact. Wonderful. Giving good meaning that he wants to speak to me. It takes time, but constantly persisting, especially with self-concept affirmations. Look, darling, just to decide that he was trying to figure out what to say. He didn't want to fuck it up. Wanted to say the right thing. It had been so long. He wanted it to be perfect. Give it all good meaning. You're doing it right. Hi, Liz. Do you have any ideas for gender dysmorphia? I'm transgender, female to male, and experience a lot of gender-related discomfort, especially in relation to my body. Okay. So what you've got to decide is that you are now the way you want to be. You know what I mean? Like if you're still transitioning to not being exactly how you want to look, or you do look how you want to look now, but you still feel uncomfortable in that new body, you've got to kind of decide. It's like what Neville describes as like buying a new suit or a new pair of shoes. When you're wearing them in at first, they're a bit sore and they're a bit uncomfortable, right? And then you get used to it and eventually they just become easy to walk in, right? Maybe your body's not easy to walk in just yet because you're not used to it, okay? And things are different. And maybe you're fearing judgment of other people at the same time, right? You've just got to decide that the body you are heading towards or the body you now have is the body you're meant to have. You didn't have these thoughts that you have about yourself for no reason. You had those thoughts because that's the person you're meant to be and you're moving towards that. I am now the person I'm meant to be. Everything is working out in my favor. My body is turning into the body I want more and more every day. I love my body. My body is my ideal body. Everything about my body, I feel comfortable in my own skin. I love my body. I feel so comfortable in my own skin now. I'm so confident in my own skin now. This body makes me feel confident. This body is how it's meant to be. My body is heading towards how it's meant to be. Either it's heading towards or it is, but go to the end really if you can. But the more you can just decide that everything's heading in the right direction. What can I affirm if some friends are trying to boost their ego by trying to say backhanded comments? Their comments make me go back to my old state of feeling I'm good enough. Darling, just decide that they're jealous or they're weirdos because you're suddenly your self concept's improving and they're jealous or they're fucking insecure. Or if someone says something to you guys, you just got to go, fucking insecure are you? Like if I get hate comments on my, like someone wrote some bizarre messenger comment to me the other day. I've never had a person abuse me in messenger telling me that my teachings are terrible and I should get mental health help or something. And this person wrote this fucking tirade and I opened it and I went to reply to her and she blocked me immediately with that. I'm like, how fucking triggered are you that you send me an awful message saying everything you teach is wrong and you should go and get mental help? And I was like, and the message didn't make any sense. Like she obviously had some issues. And then I was like, you didn't even have the audacity. You had the audacity to even block me before I could even respond to you, darling. Like, think what people are doing in the 3D is just part of their own insecurity. Wow, I must really have a story. There's some fucked up people out there with a lot of insecurities. I must have a story that my friends are jealous of me. I must have a story that my friends are mean to me. I better change that story. Bit long. SP is here, not fully conformed yet, but I'm persisting. My parents don't know about it, but I've also been revising acceptance SP. Recently spoke. SP asked if we could meet, but I don't know how since my parents always want to know who I'm with and where. Should I take action in 3D or do I just keep persisting and let things unfold naturally? If so, I don't know how to discuss this with SP. Well, just decide that your parents are accepting, darling, and whatever you do is going to be the right choice. And whether you see them now or see them later, they're going to be happy with that because they love you so much and your parents are going to accept them. Doesn't really matter what you do in the 3D, it's your story behind what you're doing. This choice I'm making to go see them is the best choice, or me not seeing them just yet because of my parents is the best choice and they're not going to care because they love me. Either, and also to really strongly change the story that your parents won't accept them, or your parents want to know what you're doing and your parents pry into your life. Get rid of that fucking story for a start. Loz, I picked up my self-concept and been manifesting like crazy for SP1, manifesting bringing me roses, and SP2 sent me roses the other day. I'm going to keep persisting with SP1. Oh, roses, roses. You did that. Hi from Brazil, Loz. It's good to see you. Fun facts, my SP and you share the same birthday, August 26th. Oh, really? Oh. Is he a nut like me? I affirm for lips to be symmetrical, and last week I was doing skincare. Some face acid came to my lips and burned, but I make them plump and symmetrical. Is this a British business? Yes. Yes. Hi, Loz. Met SP. He is manifesting money. I told him the correct way to do it. We couldn't finish that convo. He wants to talk more about it with me. How do I do it without him suspecting I'm manifesting him? Don't worry about him thinking you're manifesting him. Don't even think that he would think that. And if he does know that, just be like, oh, yeah, well, maybe I am. And just be coy about it. Like, who cares if they know that? Guys, if they find your journal or they know you're manifesting them or something, just be like, yeah, so? Don't make a big deal out of it. If you make a big deal out of it, they will. That's what will reflect back to you. Like, oh my God, what are you doing, you nutcase, right? If you can tell him about manifesting money and he won't even decide, he won't even twig. Like, he won't even realize, twig, it's a really Australian thing to say, that he won't even realize there's a connection between you talking about manifesting money and you actually manifesting him. He won't even get it. Hi, guys. Hey, Laws, feeling better after this live morning? Thank you. Oh, good. Hi from Cape Town. Oh, I've been there. I missed everyone. Oh, okay. Hey, Laws, is it okay to manifest an SP? I heard that if it's meant to be, it will be. No, I don't. Also, someone said wanting something outside of you is wrong. Darling, you've been watching some complete fuckwits. If you can manifest a cup of coffee, you can manifest a person. A person had to give you the coffee, right? Everything involves people. Every single thing in life involves a person. The chair I'm sitting on, someone had to design, someone had to build it. If I manifested this chair, it involved a person, didn't it? Okay, just stop watching morons, darling. Just stick with me, darling, and watch the YouTubes and just stop watching whoever the fuck you're watching because they're confusing you and making you think you can't do this when really you actually lost your specific person with your thinking. Hi, baby. Hi, Christy. Lois, is it possible to completely revise the situation? Yes. I think there's a newborn child who belongs to my SP and I don't want to accept this reality. Well, just decide that the person's made it up, that it was just a ploy to keep your SP that that baby has nothing to do with your SP and she was lying and it's not his. It's happened a lot in the group, and a lot of times it's come back that it wasn't their child. Everything is within you. You can change. Yes, you can change it. Yes, Kay. I've been diving into parallel realities. Oh, darling, it's just called manifesting. Can I get SP to start treating me better with self-concept alone? That's why they're treating you the way they are, darling, because of your self-concept. When someone treats you badly, it's a reflection of how you feel you're going to be treated. Your self-concept is causing the treatment now. You understand that? So when you change your self-concept, their treatment of you changes. Hey, Laws, do you need to know exactly where your SP's issues come from? Where your SP issues come from? It's helpful because then you can just deny that story, right? I had a realization yesterday after doing the live yesterday. I had a realization story about my dad and what I think of men. And it helped me to realize, that's where I'm getting that from. So it's not true. It's just something I got from childhood. That's why I delve so deep into your childhood, guys. So you can identify the issue and go, okay, is that a real story? Is that story I've decided is true? Is it actually true? Or is it a story I've made up? It's a story I've been clinging to for years. So it's not true. Now I know where it came from. I know I can dismiss it because I know it's actually not true. That's why I identify them. You can do it without, but it helps to know. And then you'll also know what you need to say and think as opposition to that original story, right? I know I have a fear of rejection, but I don't know where it comes from. Always thought childhood was great. Can I affirm chosen? Yes, guys, but a lot of you think your childhood's great, and there's something in your childhood that made it not great and made you feel not chosen, like competition with other siblings, or your parents not spending time with you enough, or you had something wrong with you, or your grades weren't great and you were considered ADHD and different from other kids, or something fucking happened where you felt different or not chosen or not prioritized, and that's where it comes from. It could be anything, darling, but yes, you can just be very general with realizing what the issue is and just affirming for that. Hang on, guys. Thank you. Yes. Hi, Liz, fairly new here. What would be good affirmations to trust men after abuse? How to drop all thoughts and fears? I know they aren't real. Affirming that I'm safe, in control, and trust people. Yes, that's beautiful, darling. Go and watch my video about how you manifest abuse. It's a couple of videos back in my YouTube. It's got a black thumbnail. Lots of people probably won't like it. There's no comments on that video. It's amazing. No one's commented on that. I think it's what people don't want to hear. But I've got a lot of affirmations in that. Okay, like I can trust the people I love with my heart now. I know now they're never going to hurt me. That's the old me. That's my old story. The men in my life love me and they treat me beautifully now. You can say things like that. You can also write a letter to the person who abused you. Go and read it out as if they're sitting there. Go and burn it. Get rid of all those stories. Go and watch that video, darling. Okay. Loz, what can we say to manifest better eyesight? We'll start saying, I can read so clearly. I can do everything I want with my eyes. I don't need my glasses. My eyes never deteriorate. My eyes don't get old or whatever it is that's happening with your eyes. I was devastated at first, but much calmer now. What's this, Lila? What are you getting devastated about? Oh, about the newborn child. Just forget about that, darling. Just decide she's a triggered bitch who's making up stories because she wants her SP and he's going to find out it was just bullshit. Also gave SP a protein bar today because he was training and sent me a picture of him eating it with a thumbs up. Cute. With his shirt off. How do you spot things you need to work? I'd be very disappointed if I got a photo from the gym and there was a shirt on. How do you spot out things you need to work on for yourself? How do you spot out things you need to work on for yourself? You made me realize I have to work on being prioritized and chosen. Would like to know how to spot other traits I have that need to be worked on. Okay, so Angel, what you need to do is, if you've worked out that, then think, where's that come from? What happened to me as a kid where I felt not prioritized or something was wrong with me or I wasn't enough or made to feel like something was wrong with me and therefore I wasn't enough? Is there something? Then if you've identified that, great. Okay, so I know that's not true, that story, and I can change that story. But also, what do I get triggered by still now? Do I feel like I'm going to get abandoned? Do I feel like people are going to reject me? Do I feel like think about what you're triggered by, and that'll give you an idea of something else you might be thinking about yourself, what you're triggered by now. I tell myself that men love and adore me and love to see me smile. Flip it, affirm that they love and adore you and see you smile. It helps you look in the mirror and say it. I help us look in the mirror and say yes. Hi, Loz. Just want to say hi and thank you for all you do. Love from Canada. Oh, thank you, darling. Decide on the inside. That's a great saying you've got there. Great username. Decide on the inside. Yes. I think I heard Arnie say that once. Why did I feel relief when there was a third party when I was looking for it? Because it basically confirmed all your fears and you were like, oh, I knew it. So basically, you didn't trust your person the whole time. You had fears that someone else was going to come along and just confirmed everything your brain was making up and manifested. And you magically manifested that with your shitty thinking. Hi everyone. I get myself all sexy and cute and look in the mirror and affirm that men love and adore me as their one and only queen. Oh, that's great, Kay. I look back at old messages with SP before we stopped and I was like, not me at all. I was intimidated by him and a big ball of anxiety. I was almost submissive and accepted all this bad behavior. Why was this? Did you really put him on a pedestal and think he was the fucking ant's pants and think, I better not screw this up? I better be the best girlfriend he's ever had. I better be the best person he's ever spoken to. He's so great. He's so wonderful. I'm so far below him. Were you doing that? Hi, I was just wondering if you could explain if everyone has their own reality, attracting their own stuff, how can you have any control over their reality? Because they're reflecting you. You're not controlling their reality. You're controlling your own reality. They're in yours. Fuck knows what they're doing over there in theirs. You're not controlling theirs. They're in yours, reflecting you. You're probably over there reflecting them in theirs. I'm not a quantum physicist. All I know is they're in yours, reflecting you. Otherwise, how would this work? Mm-hmm. Hey, Loz, can you do a sleep tape about money and physical beauty? Thanks in advance. Yes, physical beauty. That's another one. Yes, yes, yes. Physical beauty sleep tape. Yes, I've written them all down, the ones you want me to do. You guys, you're glowing, Loz. Love it. Oh, thank you, darling. What are good affirmations for rejection? I only use I don't get rejected. Well, stop saying that. I don't like that one, Cindy, because you're acknowledging rejection even in the affirmation right now, but I want others ways to affirm against it without saying rejected. Yes, stop saying that. People always love having me around. I never upset anyone. I'm never wrong because I'm not wrong. People love having me around. They're always with me. I'm their favorite person. Been working hard on my subconcept with affirmations with some SP affirmations and affirm SP always FaceTimes and blows up my phone and SP FaceTime me randomly this morning and acting so much better. Ah, go, we did that. Keep going. Any tips for moving? My plans fell through last minute. I have to be out tomorrow. Oh, no, darling. Just decide you get an extension or you can stay there as long as you like or you find a house immediately or see yourself in your new house. Hi, guys. Oh, hang on. Well, God damn it. This just jumped. When working. Oh, hang on. Where's this gone? Oh, wow. This really jumped. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Hey, Loz, could you talk about thought transmission and how people reflect your self concept and people's free will and how can you manifest them even when they have their own beliefs and we're controlling them? We aren't controlling them. We're not controlling them. If anyone's telling you to control a person, that they're like a robot, that they're going to conform. No, take the word conform out. No one's conforming. They're confirming the change in you. So you changed you, your thoughts about you and your thoughts about them, and they reflect those. It's like a mirror. It's like a hologram. Everyone's like a hologram of your own thinking. Okay. And everyone's simply reflecting you in your reality. That's how it works. Please stop listening to anyone who says the word control. They're a fucking moron. Ah, Flamingo, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Laws. Had disrespectful men in my reality, though leaving my affirmation too vague. Is men are in awe of me and treat me like a queen too vague for a recovering doormat and extreme people pleaser? Thank you so much for all you do. So you've had them being disrespectful to you. No, it's actually nothing to do with that affirmation that you're saying about them, darling. It's to do with you feeling like you just get disrespected. It's nothing to do with the men, really. So why would you feel you personally get disrespected? That's what you got to work out. Where are you even getting disrespect from? So when you were younger, did your dad disrespect your mum and spoke to your mum badly and yelled and screamed or cheated on her or wasn't nice to her, and so you just assume that about men? You got a story about men, or you got a story that men say awful things or use you or are sexual with you and don't want to actually get to know you and are rude. Like you've either got a story about men based on your childhood, but you've got to understand that the story came from you. So where are you getting that story about you that you get disrespected? Why would you think that about people? Or why would you think that about men? It's either a really hugely strong story about men based on something that happened in your childhood, or it's a strong story, really it's a strong story about you feeling like you're below people or people use you or people say nasty things or there's something wrong with you or you're not enough and therefore you get abused or disrespected or treated badly in some way because there's something wrong or not enough about you. Or did you get abused? Could also be that. And then you'll assume disrespect or assume you can't trust people to be nice to you because you're always assuming betrayal or people being hurtful. And therefore the men will show up in your reality. They might not be abusing you, but they might be being hurtful or saying nasty things or disrespecting you because you feel like that's how you get treated, like a person who's used or not respected, because when you're a child you got abused and weren't respected. Your boundaries weren't respected. So tell me where it's coming from, Flamingo. Have you told me? Write it underneath. You don't have to give me another super chat. Oh God, I've just lost my place. God damn it to hell. Hmm. Oh wow. Hang on, guys. Men that love to adore me. I'm secure in this universe. I'm surrounded by amazingly loving people who love to serve me in my satisfaction and bliss. Okay, I love that. Just examples of works. I lost my baby. All the nurses were so helpful along the way. Okay. I had just affirmed hours before my doctor's appointment. Oh, really, Kate? Oh. If you're dropping old story of someone and rejecting them, recreating them, sorry. If you're dropping old story of someone and recreating them, do you affirm throughout the day or just try to visualize and see them differently? Guys, it's up to you. The affirmation throughout the day is really only if you've got such a bad story of them, thoughts of them keep popping in your mind that are bad. The affirmation is the opposite thought, right? It's not an activity. It's like, I'm thinking bad things. Now I'm going to think this. Or it becomes an activity because you want to saturate your mind with the new thinking because at the moment your thinking's really bad. Or you just think new story thoughts and visualize them differently. It's up to you how you do this. But at first, guys, if your story of them is really, really bad, that's why this 10,000 affirmation things that people are doing at the moment is probably working for some people who weren't bothering to actually do any kind of saturation of their mind. And so suddenly, all of a sudden, they're starting to think new thoughts because they're repetitively thinking a new thought and they haven't actually bothered to do it before. That's the only reason why it's working. It's not working because there's this magic number of affirmations to do. It's working because the people didn't actually bother to do it properly before. And they didn't saturate their mind before, and now they're saturating their mind with a new thought and pushing out the old story. So it's whichever way you want to do it. You can affirm like a banshee all you like, guys, but sometimes it won't work because it turns into gobbledygook, which is why I don't recommend that 10,000 things thing. But there's no set routine or way to do this. You're just saturating your mind with a new story and pushing out any thoughts of the old story. Hi, Loz. I manifested seeing my SP. We ran into each other at the cinema last night. I felt so proud of myself. I wasn't triggered. Had a quick high. Now feeling the pull to reach out. Should I? Guys, if you're asking me if you should reach out, the answer is probably no, unless you're feeling so confident. But then why would you ask me? But do it and do it in confidence and decide that the outcome will be wonderful. We are powerful. Yes. I just realized that I married a man who treats me poorly as my dad treated my mum, exact same issues. Yep, Jamie. hmm I had a real realization about my dad last night and what I think of him, what I've always thought of him, and then how guys are showing up in my reality almost identical. I did it. He came by our house today, tried to be cold, but I hugged him and he hugged back so tight. Oh, wonderful, darling. You did that? Also, what part of my self-concept might this be? I have two gym friends from my gym class that have been coordinating to go to a different class time together and not at the time we usually go. Oh, that you get rejected, that people aren't there for you, that you upset someone. You have a story about them that you've upset them? Well, so I reached out and texted my SP yesterday to see if he knew anyone to purchase a car. Within 2 minutes, he called me. He just wanted to hear my voice. He stated that it was a female, but he what? That's great, Paula. Quickly stated she works with her husband, who is her mechanic. He said, "Oh, bossing up, admiring my accomplishments." Oh, wonderful, darling. Hi, Laws. Been with you for a while now, and the more I listen to you, the more I realize that I have it all abandoned. What do you mean you have it all abandoned? What do you mean? You mean you've got some abandonment issues? So if that's the case, darling, then you want to start saying things like, everyone in my reality stays. I'm everyone's favorite person. They're always here for me. I know I can trust them to always stay. Is that what you're asking me? My SP told me he was moving away in 2 weeks, but I know we're supposed to be together. I don't want him to leave. How do I change this? Revise and affirm or just picture us together no matter what? Picture you no matter what place you are both at. Okay. But also you can revise him saying that and decide he stays as well. So I pasted before I finish, but I'm trying not to get affected or feel left out because I know that's my old self-concept. Anything I can affirm, my feelings kind of hurt, and I'm trying to analyze why. It's because you feel like you're going to get rejected by people, darling, or you've upset them. Okay, so just say, no one rejects me anymore. No one will do that. My friends love being around me. That's just some blip in the system. Like they just needed a different time because of what's going on with their schedule. It has nothing to do with me. Say that story. There was a shirt on, but he was wearing a beanie. Oh. I think he ate it after training. Oh, cute. Oh no, I get gym pics with shirts on. I like it. I prefer it with the shirt off. It's because I'm like that. Part two. Oh, where am I? Can affirmations solidify a belief? Yes, they become a belief, darling. Like I had a problem with not being chosen. If I keep affirming I'm chosen, that'll help solidify it. You never know how long it's going to take to form a belief, but it forms a neural pathway in your mind, guys, and becomes a belief eventually after repetitious thought. Okay, that's how belief is formed. Loz, I love you. Your personality and approach is the best. Oh, Nicole, yes, thank you so much. When working on self-concept, is it okay to imagine what my life would be like with good self-concept and imagine people treating me better? That's perfect. Absolutely. Imagine it's happening now. People are treating you like that now. Absolutely. Scripted if you want. Yesterday I found I don't attract fuckboys, I only attract faithful men. And then today a fuckboy tried to get in my Snapchat. What would this mean? What would be, why would it manifest the day after? Because you have an assumption there are that fuckboys are around you. So there they are. Hmm. You've got an assumption fuckboys exist. I've never even heard that expression until I went to TikTok. I don't even know what it really means. And I don't have that assumption that they exist. But you have an assumption they exist. That's why you came up with that affirmation. I mean, I do know what it means now, but you've got an assumption they exist, so therefore they exist in your reality, and that's what showed up. That's why you even said that assumption. Thank you, Kayla. And yes, abandonment issues, rejection, not enough. I upset people when trying to affirm against. Oh, okay, this is what you're talking about. Thank you, all you do. Truly changed my depression and life. You have a heart of gold. Thank you. Oh, for love. Okay, where's the rest of your message? So they're saying you thought you had abandonment, rejection, not enough. I upset people. Okay, so either it started with feeling not good enough and then you feel like you're going to get abandoned and rejected because of that, or you actually got abandoned and then you feel not good enough because of it. So either someone actually left your reality when you're a kid and therefore you feel not good enough, or you feel not good enough in yourself because you feel like something's wrong with you or different or not enough, and therefore you feel like you're going to get abandoned. It's one of the two, right? So whichever one that is, doesn't really matter. You've just got to focus on feeling like you're never going to get rejected. Everyone always stays. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't do things wrong. You're enough as you are. You're beautiful as you are. You're perfect as you are. What does it mean if I keep track? Oh, who sent me a super chat? Well, Flamingo, you didn't have to send me another one. Mentally ill parents who say hurtful things. Oh, okay. Also heavily abused as I was abandoned in a commune as a kid. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, okay. Very mentally ill parents who say hurtful things. Okay, well, that's why people say hurtful things to you now, right? So we've covered that. Also heavily abused as I was abandoned in a commune as a kid where a bad guy gave me brain damage and other illness. Oh, God. Okay. So if your parents were so fucking messed up that they decided to join a commune and then like left you to your own devices or left other people to be able to abuse you, then you probably have a dominant story that you get that people just aren't there for you, and your boundaries were completely and utterly compromised as a child because your parents didn't set boundaries for you, right? So if you were just left to your own devices in a commune and they're all fucking weirdos there and someone abused you, darling, that wasn't your fault. But your parents set you up as a child as a person who was just open to the world to get abused by bad people, right? That they didn't care enough to protect you because they didn't know how to be good parents. And therefore you were left exposed to the world of people who were as mentally ill as your parents, right? So you've got to decide that that was just something that happened to you because of your parents being completely fucked and not mentally able to be good parents. And just because that happened to you, that doesn't define who you are. That's something that happened to you. And as fucked up as it was, it has nothing to do with the person you are, Flamingo, right? So you've got to understand that that is something that got inflicted upon you as a child because your parents were so fucked and such bad parents and didn't know how to be parents and had their own mental illness that they couldn't deal with. That wasn't even their own fault, but they just couldn't be parents. Therefore, you're exposed to the world, and now you've got an assumption as an adult that there are bad people or people who hurt you because you were hurt so badly as a child. And so your brain's got this assumption that constantly people are going to disrespect you, overstep your boundary, be hurtful to you, hurt you, because that's actually what happened. And so it's constantly trying to protect you. But the thing is, it's actually manifesting into your reality people who reiterate that story. So you're actually looking for evidence in your reality of people who are going to be like that to you. And any men that aren't like that to you, your brain probably won't even notice. It'll just go, see, notice disrespectful men, horrible men, men are horrible, right? Where if a nice guy came along to you, it'll either feel so unfamiliar or your brain won't even notice it because just from fear, it's just only noticing the bad guys because there were bad guys in your reality as a kid, right? So it's doing it to protect you. So there probably are men who are respectful to you and nice to you, but you can't actually notice them because your brain's too busy trying to notice the scary thing, notice the thing it's trying to keep you safe from. That makes sense. So what you've got to say is that everyone in my reality is always so respectful to me. I'm so protected now. I'm in a protective bubble. I never attract people into my life that I don't want to have there. The men in my life are always beautiful to me. Everyone treats me beautifully now, and I'm safe and protected. No one oversteps my boundary, and everyone's kind and loving to me and treats me beautifully now. Things like that. And go and write a letter to that person who abused you, darling, and your parents, and get rid of all that thinking about it and throw it away. Like anything that happens to you guys that was inflicted upon you, like a fundamentalist religion or a commune, or your parents were hippies or whatever the fuck, it's so hard because as a child, you think that's normal life and you're in a commune thinking that's normal. You're in a fundamentalist religion like Scientology and thinking that's normal. And when you get out in the big wide world later on, you realize that was all kinds of fucked up. But it's very hard for your mind to think differently because that's what it learned. Right? Um, What does it mean if I keep attracting so much controlling and narcissistic behavior in people, these same people treat others so well? It's because you feel like you're not going to get treated well, darling. I feel so angry at SP for how narcissistic she's been showing up in my reality, but I know it's my fault. Don't say fault. I still can't help the resentment and wanting to cut her off and isolate myself. Guys, when you're still that hurt, you haven't got this yet. Izzy, you've got to understand if she's treating you badly and she's being selfish or narcissistic or whatever the fuck she's doing, first of all, you need to change that story about her. But secondly, you need to change the story about you that you overgive or people please or get walked all over or get used or get abused by people in your life because you're not enough. It's a story of you, darling, and don't say it's your fault. We don't use fault here, okay, even though sometimes that slipped out of my mouth by accident in a tirade. What you've got to understand is she's only reflecting your story about her. So you're describing her as narcissistic. Why are you doing that? And then you're describing yourself as someone who gets abused and used and treated badly by people. People. Apparently everyone does it. Well, why are you holding on to that story about you in life? Get rid of that story and focus on the new story about exactly how you want to be treated by her and everyone else. Lois, can you do rain or natural sounds in your sleep tapes? Oh, would you like that? Rain and natural sounds? Yeah, I wasn't sure. Yes, I could. I just wondered if it would make you want to go to the toilet during the night. What's your favorite affirmations? Well, they have to be specific to you guys. Mine's like, I'm perfect just the way I am. I'm not wrong. I don't do things wrong. There's nothing wrong with me. That's my new favorite ones. I don't know why, but TikTok's made my question invisible. Can never get my answers on there. So I go on here instead. I think I asked like 5. I can't seem to get your TikTok lives either. What? Tell me what your username is on TikTok. Maybe I've accidentally blocked you somehow during a live and pressed it and accidentally blocked you or something, Doug. Because I don't block people, and I definitely wouldn't block you. So tell me what your username is. I feel so angry. I'll answer the one. It's been like 6 months now. My feelings are more cooled down now. Okay, well, good, darling. Hey, Loz, everything with my SP has been great, probably because I've been focusing on me, which leads to another thing I want to manifest. I have a fitness IG and YouTube and would like affirmations, my anxiety, recording myself in the gym. Oh, I don't feel anxious in the gym. I feel so confident. Everyone loves watching me in the gym. I feel great in the gym. I don't have to be anxious anymore. This is my happy place. I love doing my videos in here and people love me doing it. And I don't feel self-conscious. I'm just in my own little bubble doing it. And if people are watching, they're entertained and they like it. And I either say you're in your own little bubble and what anyone else is doing doesn't affect you, or you like being watched by them and you feel confident doing it. One of the two. You're either in a bubble and what they're doing doesn't affect you and you feel confident, or they're watching you as an audience and it helps you and gives you fire, gives you confidence, whatever story. SP keeps flaking on plans to hang out and go on dates. Oh no, Tiki. So, guys, when they're flaking on you, you've got to think, okay, have I got a story about rejection or abandonment? One of the two. Rejection is about you feeling not good enough and that you're not good enough to be the girlfriend and be dated and etc. Or it's a story about abandonment where you got abandoned as a kid and so you constantly assume you're going to be abandoned no matter what you do and you're just looking for evidence that that's going to be the case and then they'll flake on you. So were you abandoned as a kid? So you've got to start saying, we go on so many dates. We have such beautiful life together. We're such a beautiful couple. He takes me out on date nights all the time. Go right to the end of being together, but also figure out your abandonment or rejection issues and say things like, I'm more than good enough and people always stay. Mhm. Why do I seek other men's attention when my husband pulls away? Because you need validation from other people, darling, to prove that you're enough. Because when you're a kid, you weren't validated, or that's how you equated love was getting attention, or you got complimented a lot or something when you're a kid by about your looks or something, and so you equate that as like the way someone would love you, or you just need validation constantly because you just didn't get the emotional security when you're a kid, and so you constantly seek validation even from other people that aren't your husband. I don't know, I'm making a guess here. Success. SP confirmed with me that he hasn't been with third parties since we've been each other, despite months of me wavering and suspicious of her still in the picture. Thanks to your help, my self-concept story more dominant. Oh, wonderful, darling. Hooray. Oh, woke up the cat. Just need to work on us spending more time together. We'll do that, darling, and imagine that. So we always spend time together. They spend all the time with me. We're inseparable. We talk every day. We see each other every day. Whenever I decide that I hate SP, she starts treating me amazingly. But as soon as I'm finally won, she goes back on treating me like, Izzy, that's the story. What the fuck is that story? Listen to that story. So when I pull away and I hate her, then she does this. But then when I love her, she's horrible to me. When I love people, they're horrible to me. When I overgive and people please, they're horrible to me. Listen to your fucking story. When I'm nice to people, they treat me badly. That's your story. When I love them, they treat me like shit. Throw that story away, please. Hang on, where is this? I've missed a lot here. Oh, God damn it, I missed a few. Can you do a tape for fear of abandonment? Yes, I will, guys. Hi, Loz. Oh, my God, SP is starting to show up. Told me today that he hopes everything can be put behind us and get married someday. We're already married, OMG. Yes, keeps telling me how much he loves me. Thank you. Oh, Amber. You did that. My husband came back, but I feel like it's strategic. No, that's just story you're holding, Melissa. Why can't you just accept that he loves you and he's back because he fucking loves you? Oh my God, how about that fucking story? I want romance and emotional connection. How do I manifest that? We are at a distance and he won't try phone sex or sexting. Why is that your way of giving love? What in the world has romance got to do with sexting? Why are you assuming that your worth is sexting and sex? Where are you getting that from? No, it's not. And also, it has nothing to do with romance. There's a difference between romance and sexting. So if you've got a dominant story that they're not attracted to you anymore, you'll try and do the sexting and try and get their attention sexually because you've got a dominant story that your marriage has fallen apart and they're not attracted to you anymore and sexually they want other people or whatever the fuck the story is. And you've got a terrible story that's strategic. And you probably have a story that the distance is affecting you and so you need to do sexting to connect with him. That's not the way you connect with them. But you've got a story that's the only way to connect with them because that's my worth. Why are you thinking that? Where are you getting that story from? And why are you thinking it's strategic? Why can't you just assume they're back because they love you, Melissa? Hi, Philip. Hi, Loz. Love your lives. They are totally my therapy for the week. I can't wait to give you my success story soon. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, I can't wait to hear it soon too. I love the success stories. Actually, there was a lovely thread that I wasn't going to allow in the group, but someone said, can someone tell me their success stories in here? And everyone was like, just check the success stories. And then a whole lot of people were writing success stories. And I was like, oh, that's nice every now and again for people to write their success stories, I guess, in the thread. Maybe I should start a thread every week, like weekly success stories, no matter how small they are, and everyone can write in there. Maybe I should do that because it was kind of encouraging for people that didn't have to scroll through the page. Should I do that? I think that'd be a good idea in the Facebook page. Guys, if you're not in the Facebook group, go and join. What happens if two people are manifesting opposite things? Doesn't matter. Thank you so much for posting content. So many coaches don't know what they're talking about. Oh, I know, darling. It doesn't matter what they're manifesting over there in your reality. Their reality. It's just what you're manifesting that matters. It only matters what you're manifesting. They're reflecting you. What they're doing doesn't matter at all, ever. Wait, so the reason why the opposite manifests is because I use affirmations that I acknowledge the problem, like I don't get rejected or men don't disrespect me. So if so, I think I'd just click for me. Yeah, because you're constantly focusing on the problem in the affirmation. I don't get disrespected anymore. I don't get rejected anymore. Why are you using those words? That's assuming the bad in the affirmation. I get rejected. No, people always stay. I don't get disrespected. People are so lovely to me and treat me beautifully. I want you to go to the way you want it to be, not holding on. Within that affirmation, Cindy, of men do not disrespect me or I don't get rejected anymore is still the old story in the affirmation. So you're actually keeping the old story alive and the old reality alive simply with that affirmation. Guys, you're getting this about how you've got to be careful what you think. Your word is your wand. What words are you using? Self-concept is a work in progress. Even when they return, your self-concept should be foremost in your mind. Yes. Why do I feel that my husband settled for me because his celebrity crush looks nothing like me? Melissa, what the fuck is going on with your self-concept, darling? It is in the shitter. So why do you think your husband settled for you? Didn't he marry you? At some point, the fucker must have been in love with you. What happened between when you got married and now? Where did your self-concept go? Did you have children and think your body wasn't good enough or some fucking bullshit? Or he started working away and you started assuming he was pulling away from you because he started working offshore or distant from you? Or what the fuck is going on with you? You've got some real shitty stories about yourself and you're blaming your husband for it. He's not at a distance or distancing or not wanting to sex you or not wanting you or not romantic or using you or settling for you. That's your fucking story about you, Melissa. So where are you getting that story from? He must have loved you at some point, didn't he? Why'd you get married otherwise? So go back to the girl you were when he married you. What did you think of yourself then? Or did you always think you're a piece of shit? Something's going on with you, Melissa. Why would you ever think your husband is settling for you? You've got some real shitty story about your husband that's coming from the real shitty story about you. So why do you have a real shitty story about yourself? Where's it coming from? This weekend, SP and I are taking the kids to the pumpkin farm. Oh, is that pumpkin farm in America? Everyone always takes pictures on Instagram with all the big, huge pumpkins. I've seen the Kardashians there. Or maybe it's different. I've been heavy on self-concept, revising and staying on top of my thoughts. I'm doing so good with not reacting and not being triggered. Oh, Imogene, that's great. Oh, Liz, how can I manifest being compatible and in alignment with my SP? The fuck? Alignment. I hate that word. Darling, all alignment and compatible means is that you're on the same page, you're together, you're in a beautiful relationship that works. Why don't you say that? Get rid of the words compatible and alignment. You've got a story that there's such a thing as compatible, like we need to be compatible, we need to align, our thoughts need to align. No, you just have to assume they love you and you're in a loved up relationship. Get rid of those fucking words that you got from dating or tarot or law of attraction or some bullshit. Are you together and in love and they love you? That's the story you want to have. Get rid of compatible and alignment. Of course you're fucking compatible if you're together. Otherwise, why would you be together? Mm-hmm. Hey, Loz, is it normal if your subconscious mind throws you off during the day and you just feel bad for no reason after holding on to the state for a while and back on the state after feeling them? Yeah, because your subconscious mind's an asshole and it's trying to go back to the set point of what you were before. So don't be thrown back. I'm respected, I'm chosen, sends more positive, puts you in the I am state of mind. Yes, but I wouldn't even say respected. I would say treated beautifully because respected even assumes you weren't respected well before. You weren't treated well before. Success. SP confirmed with me that he hasn't been with third parties since we saw each other despite months of me wavering. That's wonderful. And they're in the picture. That's great, Lara. That's great. Just need to work on spending time together. Yes. Whenever I decide that I hate SP, she starts treating me amazingly. Oh, I think you've got some fuck story there too, Cindy. Cindy and Melissa, you need to sit together and undo your shitty stories. Loz, I've been watching you since February 2021. Have been, that's pretty much when I started my account. I have lately been realizing that mental diet is huge. And when I go through stuff, we see who we are in those situations and what we have to, and I have to work on me and we have to work on me. Yep. Wonderful, darling. One of my longest supporters, Paula. Start affirming that I'm the priority and prioritize myself now more and notice the same treatment from everyone. Good, Suru, good. Even my parents, who would have previously chosen my brothers over me, now choose me and make time for me. Oh, that's lovely. See, it affects everyone. Oh, that's great. Melissa, you're wanting to fill some void you're wanting from him by seeking validation from others. Yeah, you need to look within and figure out what's missing. Yes. Hey, Loz, are these childhood beliefs we form why they say you usually pick someone like your father? I can see how that shaping has had an effect. Yeah, because it's just confirming this is what men are like, love is like. So I had a realization that yesterday that I always knew that I picked men who were narcissistic because my dad used to be quite narcissistic and very full of himself and talk about himself and all about himself, right? And now I've also got a story that men are mental because my dad's a bit mental, right? So I've attracted mental guys or guys I thought were a bit mental or acted in a reactive way, not mental, reacted in a fiery, reactive, shocking way to me. And that's what my dad's like. You never know where you stand with him and the next minute he'll just blow up and you're like, so I've got a story that's what men are like, clearly, or what relationships look like. I've got to get rid of that story. I knew they weren't right for me, but I felt chosen, and now I miss that. How can I get better at being single mentality? Well, why do you want to be better at being single? Why don't you assume you're not single anymore and you're just with someone who loves you and sleep every night, Bobbert, as if someone's got their arms around you. You don't even know who they are. Or you could say, I love being single. Well, I don't want to say that. I love my independence or something, but I love feeling loved. I love being with somebody. I love a guy. I have to undo that. I don't want to say that. See, I've got to be careful what I affirm for you guys. Oh my God, I didn't miss Leo. No, Lois, what do you do if you're scared of one intrusive thought but still affirming for if? Why are you scared of one intrusive thought? It's just a thought, darling. It's not going to do anything. Loz, what do you do if you're scared of one intrusive thought but still affirming for it? Stop being scared of it, darling. Just decide it's a thought and it literally won't do shit because it's a thought or a thought you're thinking constantly. Don't worry about it. Go and do my anti-anxiety meditation on here. I have a revelation just now. My SP hasn't fully chosen me, but I do see he has partially chosen me. Well, get the full chosen, darling. Say what you want. I'm accepted. I'm chosen. I'm respected. I'm adored. I'm sought after. Try not to speak what you do not want. Exactly. Try not to say what you don't want. Don't tell me what you don't want. Tell me what you do want. Do you know that story from Neville? There's a beautiful story where the husband wanted an apartment in New York and the wife was trying to figure out where he wanted to live and manifesting where they lived. He was like, well, we can't live there because, and at that one, nothing's for sale there. And she goes, don't tell me what you don't want. Tell me what you do want. He goes, yes, but. And she goes, no, don't tell me what you don't want. Tell me what you do want. And some of you are telling yourself what you don't want in your affirmation. What do you want? Being loved, being adored, being treated beautifully, not I'm respected. It's up to you. If respected and not rejected helps you, but be careful. I'm frustrated because as soon as my self-concept improves, SP genuinely treats me worse. Izzy, what the fuck is this story? This is just a story you're holding. It's not true, but you've just decided it's true. So I can't fucking help you until you constantly stop telling this fucking story that they start putting you down, passively suggesting you're manic, feels so impossible to have a healthy, equal relationship. Of course it's fucking impossible, Izzy. That's your fucking story. Can you not read it? Go back after this live and read all the shit you just wrote that's so negative about you, so negative about the way that people show up in your reality when you're good to them. What fucking shitty story is this? You've been here a long time and you're writing this shit. Read it. That's why it's happening, darling. I don't know how to help you if you keep constantly writing it and you're writing it in here. It's not true, but it's just the story you've decided is true. So until you get that, I can't fucking help you. Go back and read it. I'm feeling on giving up on SP, showing up as healthy. At the moment, Izzy, you should just be giving up on writing comments because your comments are fucked. Go back and read them. It's not your SP's fault you got this really fucking shitty story. Go back and read it. It's got literally nothing to do with your fucking SP, but you're really holding the story. Oh, they hate me. They're treating me bad. When I'm nice to them, they're horrible to me. They're a narcissist. They're a horrible person. The only way they love me is when I pull away. All my SP's fault. Fuck me, you needed this, Izzy. Jesus Christ. Go and read your fucking comments and write everything the opposite, please, when this finishes. And don't come back here with this shit. What is that shit? Read it. Oh, they're this and they're that, and this is my life, and I've got to give up because, yeah, you got to give up on that thinking. That's what you fucking got to give up on. Someone really misunderstood one of my videos I just did the other day, and I put a clickbait title, which was why you should give up on your specific person. That's proof right there, Izzy, of a person who will have to give up on their specific person if they can't get rid of the shitty story of their specific person and themselves. And this person completely freaked out and went to somebody's TikTok and said, a really popular manifestation coach said you should give up on your SP. Bitch, listen, did you actually watch the video or did you just read the clickbait title that I only put there so people would actually watch the video? You didn't listen. You got triggered by the title. You went freaked out, went and wrote a comment in someone else's live to get help because you didn't listen to a fucking word I said, which was, if you don't change the fucking story about yourself and your specific person, what do you think is going to manifest? And then that stupid fucking creator, instead of going to the video and finding out who it was, like going to the person saying, who was it? I'll go watch the video. They made this huge fucking video about me saying, oh, that creator must have limiting beliefs and don't believe them. Listen, dude, not only did that person not watch the video and listen to it, but you didn't even watch the video. And then you had an opinion about my video in which I was not saying you have to give up on your SP. I was saying I was teaching the law. And he was like, some coaches don't understand the law. Listen, asshole, I understand the law completely. That's what I was fucking teaching in the video. I was saying, if you can't change you, they won't change. Law of assumption. Some of you listen to me and you go, Loz is saying, I'm teaching you the law. What you think dominantly will manifest. If you don't change the dominant story about you and them, what do you think is going to fucking manifest? That's the law. Oh my God, but Loz has got limiting beliefs and says negative things manifest. Yes, all things that you think dominantly manifest, you dumb fuck. What do you think this means? It doesn't mean you only manifest positive things. There are some fucking creators who I thought knew what they were talking about. Then they go, oh no, they've got limiting beliefs. No, it's not a limiting belief, you asshole. It's called the law of assumption. What you dominantly assume. If it's negative, what the fuck do you think is going to manifest? There are people who don't watch me anymore. People who had calls with me who are so fucking triggered by me saying that, they think I've got limiting beliefs. No, I'm teaching you the fucking law. And because you just want positivity, you want positive vibes all day, positive, positive, positive. This is magic. Manifest in 3 minutes because you want someone to blow hot air up your fucking ass. You don't hear me. And then when I write a title that triggers you, you get all kinds of triggered, which means you haven't worked on your self-concept at all and you really need my fucking help. But you get all kinds of triggered. And you go, oh, I'm all kinds of triggered. And you write a comment in another person's video because you're all kinds of triggered because you haven't bothered listening either to me or my content about self-concept or changing your story about you. And you haven't even listened to the story of the video because you're so fucking triggered by the title, which proves to me that you actually need my help. And instead of watching that fuckwit, you actually need to watch me because your self-concept's so in the toilet that you can't even hear the contents of a video. No, you didn't trigger me, Izzy, but I saw this video last night and I wrote to the girl, did you actually listen to the content of the video or were you triggered by the title based on your triggers, darling? Question mark. Because I hate people saying I've got limiting beliefs. I am literally teaching you what Neville taught. What you dominantly assume will manifest. If you don't change the story about your specific person, they'll show up with that story. If you don't change the story about you in relation to your specific person, they'll still show up reflecting the story about you in relation to them and yourself. I don't know what's limited about that. It's called the fucking law. Some creators don't even understand that and they think they're these masterful law of assumption teachers, and yet they don't understand the concept of everything manifests that you think dominantly, whether good or bad. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the fucking difference. So if any dumb creators are on here, and I'm talking to you, hello, hi creators on here who call me limited or bitch about me or make videos about me or go on TikToks and bitch about me because they think I'm limited. Have you read Neville Goddard? Do you understand law of assumption? Do you understand you manifest everything dominantly that you think? Oh my God, you don't get that, and you're trying to teach toxic positivity to your followers with clickbait titles like manifest in 3 minutes, and you don't understand that you're actually teaching them wrong because what you're not teaching them to do is change the dominant story that's negative in their mind? No? Well, fucking stop calling me negative and go back and read Neville and understand the law of assumption, because some of you don't fucking understand this, that your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what you want and what you don't want. It just knows what you tell it. Fuck me sideways. Sorry about that rant, but that really annoyed me, that video. And I thought, this little triggered little girl has not even listened to the contents of the video. And it's not the creator's fault. He didn't know who it was who made the video. So he's making an assumption, a really bad one, based on the comment. And when you make an assumption, guys, just so you know, my brother taught me this, assumption makes an ass, ASS, of you and me. If you make a bad assume, you're making an ass of you and me. And that creator was making an ass of me and the person who watched the video and himself, because he made himself sound like he didn't understand the law. He made me sound like I was limited because he made an assumption that was bad. If you make a bad assumption, guys, you're making an ass of you and me. And that creator made an assumption that was bad and made an ass of himself. Where am I? Izzy, I'm not even listening to you anymore. I'm sick of you fucking whatever you've written there. Go away and change the story. SP told me he lost his feelings and interest for me months ago, and I will never be someone he dates again. What are some affirmations someone to regain feelings for you? It's not that they've got no feelings for you. You've got a story they've got no feelings for you. You've got a story they don't love you. You've got a story you're not wanted. It's not their story. It's your story out of their mind. From your mind to their mind, out of their mouth. You can't chat. Look, the guys, fuck me sideways. Lynn, you've clearly been watching some idiots. Okay, so you're asking me for affirmations for them to regain feelings. No, stop. Put your thinking cap on and think. If they're reflecting me, why would affirmations about them, for them to have feelings for me, change how I feel they feel about me? Think about it logically. So that's why I say to you, those of you who watch other creators who just give you SP affirmations and tell you to focus on the outside aren't changing you. The person will come back, reflected thought from them to you and back, sorry, you to them back again. Might have worked, but then when they come back, they will still not have feelings for you and still reject you because you've got some dominant story that you're not lovable or not enough or not wanted, and they'll reflect that eventually anyway, Lynn. So I can tell you all the SP affirmations in the world, Lynn, and because you're not getting this, it won't work because you've got to change you. So why do you think they don't love you? Where's that coming from? About you. It ain't got nothing to do with them. I just want to keep saying this over and over. It's got nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them. And any of you who come in here and say to me, what affirmations can I say about them? What's got to do with them? You reflected thought out about yourself and them. It's got nothing to do with them. You getting this, Lynn? If you're not getting this, go and watch my Manifest a Specific Person playlist and get my self-concept course out next week. Annie, if you focus on your self-concept and stand firm through 3D crap and in the knowing he's yours, that's great. Kudos. Yes, do that. What did Annie say? I missed it. Oh, I missed what Annie said. It's okay. Is it okay to manifest commitment and love from a current SP when you're not sure if you want them anymore, whilst also manifesting that with a future SP, keeping options open? I mean, it's kind of being the servant of two masters and having one person in your mind, another person in your mind. But I've done that before and still got both of them. So then you can just decide when a new one shows up and the other one shows up the way you want, and then you can decide, darling. I've done that before, really. Also, the majority of my visualizations have come in my 3D. I've never realized it until this moment. I think visualizing works more for me than affirming. Is that okay to stop affirming as much? Guys, if visualizations works better for you, do that. I'm not teaching you just to affirm. I visualize a lot. Yes, I'm just realizing all this stuff now, Lol. My self-concept was always on point when I first met someone, and then they always great too at first, and then my own past BS takes over, and then they change self-concept first. Guys, that's why it happens. Which do you think are better, Loz? I am affirming or in the form of a question? Like, why am I so loved? I don't like the question ones personally for me. It doesn't work for me, but I use I am. But if you want to use the question ones too, my brain just doesn't like it. I just saw my SP the other day and we were all flirting and laughing, and it was his birthday yesterday. I sent him a message and he read it but never replied. What affirmations so safe and consistent? We'll just decide that they love the message, darling, and you didn't do anything wrong, and they love what you said to them, and they're thinking of messaging you back. But go to the end of you together. Don't worry about the message. Don't be throwing about that. Give a good meaning. He fell down a well, lost his phone. Guess what, Loz? SP went to not speaking to me. Then he wanted to sleep over, but he didn't come because I wasn't at home. So now we are speaking again. He told me to call him when I need to talk. Oh, wonderful, darling. You did that. Told him his dudes are trying to talk to me, and it's annoying. Him dudes are trying to talk to me. Good job. Versus I am so loved. What's this, Michelle? Why am I so loved versus I'm so loved? It's up to you, darling, whichever one you use. Yes, he's mine and only mine. I don't care what he says. This is my reality. Yes, doesn't matter what they say, guys. Okay? Hey, Loz, my SP and I have a strong connection talking at work, and I see him showing up more but not asking me for contact outside of work. I want texting and Snapchatting more outside of work. Help. Well, stop having the story that you only talk at work. Start having the story that you have a whole relationship going outside of work. You're together. Wouldn't you be together? If you're together, would you just be chatting at work? You haven't gone to the end of your together. Thanks so much, Loz. This explains everything. All right, Flamingo, great. Including my need to overplease in bed. Any suggestions on affirmations me would be very appreciated. Thank you so much. Everything I just said. Okay, and I don't need to please people. I don't need to give to get love. They give to me. People give to me now. People treat me so beautifully now. People do things for me now. When your self-concept gets better, you get real selfish in bed. I've noticed. Thank you for your channel. I need this. Oh, yeah, good, Rebecca. Yes, Loz, love to see success stories. Yes, we'll do that. Okay. Today it was a challenge, got angry, felt that, then told myself it's okay once in a while to feel my feelings and started back at it. I know I absolutely incredible. I am anyone would want to be lucky to be with me. That's great, Tip. That's great. Don't worry about it. I just keep persisting on how amazing I am. Good. So would no one rejects me be a bad word choice? Do you have abandonment affirmations or rants? Well, then if it's only a bad choice if you decide it's a bad choice. I could say Beetlejuice and it's a bad choice. You know what I mean? It's just meaning you give it. But I'm saying if that brings up images in your mind of being rejected or old story and you're saying the word rejection, don't use that word. Like I know that no one compares to me actually is bad for me because in my mind when I say it, I think of third parties. I used to with my old SP. And so I stopped saying that one because it actually affected me visually in my mind every time I said it. because I actually conjured up an image of the third party in my mind when I said it because I knew that's why I was saying it. It's just up to you guys. Should I affirm for my SP to reach out to me, or is it affirming we're in a relationship together good enough? Well, it's up to you guys. You can do the steps about contact, or you can go to the end. I prefer you went to the end, but Loz, I wish I found you earlier than March 2022. Feel like if I'd already be engaged to SP or even married, I'm single now, but it's okay, but because I live in the end and just know what's happening. Don't say you're single anymore, Nor. Don't worry, darling. Time is irrelevant. I'm feeling like giving up on SP, showing up as healthy. Well, do then, Izzy, because you're not listening to me. I don't really affirm SP is my boyfriend. I just script every day because I don't seem obsessed with him. I just know he will come to me. Ah, good, Fabiola. That's great. How do I prioritize myself? I've always put other people's needs for my own. Well, just stop. And I don't know how my 3D is always reflected I'm not the priority. Well, no shit, darling. So if you're constantly overgiving people, please, people will just use you up because you're the overgiver, right? And you'll constantly assume that's your worth, that's your lot in life, that you're just that person who does that and everyone treats you that way. Stop. Just immediately stop. And when people ask you to do something, go, no, I don't think I want to do that today. Or no, I'm not coming. Or I think you could do that. You could do that yourself in the 3D. But that really won't make much difference if you don't change the story of I need to overgive and people please. It doesn't really matter what you do in the 3D. So you've got to start saying, I don't need to give to get love. People give to me now. It feels good to let people give to me. People do things for me. People love to please me. Say those things. Hello, I hope you're well. I was going to applying for jobs and just wanted to ask whether you should share some affirmations, please. I have the job, or every job I go for, I'm a perfect candidate and they love me if you're in the process. But if you know what the job is, imagine you've got it. I need this good. I've changed my affirmations to my own in the last few months since you've helped uncover so much. Oh, good, Tara. I take it thinking I heard monster the other night is my subconscious fighting me. Heard monsters? What, listening to the sleep tapes talking about? I've seen changes in money and managed to get a new job and help my business so far. The rest is on its way. Oh, good, Tara, really? Oh, you're worried about that. Oh, great. What's working? My second super chat hasn't been answered. Well, don't worry about it, darling. Stop focusing on it and go and live your life and assume they're going to answer you. I made new affirmation today. I don't accept breadcrumbs. I shouldn't use that. It made me feel empowered though. Guys, it's up to you. If it makes you feel empowered, then use it. Oh, yes. Yes, I'm equating my worth to my looks and sexual market value and how my husband shows up for me. Well, no shit, Melissa. So please stop that. So what happened to you as a kid? Did you have sex really early and therefore you felt that was your worth, or you got abused, or someone made that your worth, or you just feel not good enough in yourself? Something fucking happened. That's not your worth. You can not have sex with your husband for the rest of your lives together and he would still love you. Could you possibly believe that? But you can't. What if you got in a wheelchair accident tomorrow and you couldn't have sex for the rest of your life? Do you think your husband would stick around? If you don't believe he loves you. And that's the problem. Not the story about your body and sexuality, and that's your way to keep him. You've got a deep core, dominant story that he doesn't love you and doesn't want you enough. Change it. Nothing to do with your husband. He's not showing up for you because you don't believe he will, because you don't feel lovable. So what happened to you as a kid that makes you feel that way? Sorry if I triggered you. I know I've been super negative. No shit, Izzy. It's all right, darling. I just want you to just read back what you wrote. It's fucked. My SP doesn't get mad at me when he sees me with other dudes, but I've been affirming he loves me and stuff. If that's where you hold your value, that's where you need to start digging. You are more than a visual or a roll in the hay. Yes. Sometimes someone asked me today if I had a boyfriend and I said no, but now I'm kicking myself in the foot. Should I have said yes? Whitney, it doesn't matter what you do in the 3D. Doesn't matter. Can I simply say he's so obsessed with me? Say that, don't. Been affirming for SP almost 2 years. Everything I affirm seems to be unfolding with third parties. So annoying. Well, because why are you even looking at her? How do you even know? Just unfollowed me on social randomly after I started affirming him again. He can't stand that we're not together and he's not with me. That's the story I'm telling myself. Would say that story, darling, but how do you even know that there's a third party? How are you even looking at it? Stop looking at these socials. Miss my comment. Oh, did I, Cindy? Where is it? Thank you very much for helping me and helping me find better affirmations. What's another way to affirm people take me seriously? People don't walk all over me without acknowledging it. Well, just say that, Cindy. It's up to you. The way, guys, I can't really give you an affirmation that's perfect for your mind. Only you know it's perfect for your mind. So if it feels clunky or it feels like it's triggering you, stop saying it and use something else. Can't wait to hear Izzy's success stories after she works on her self-concept. It'll be great. Thank you for the positivity, Jamie, instead of me ranting. Yes. Loz, I love how you don't accept the victim mentality. Guys, please, the victim mentality is what's keeping you stuck. I was a victim my whole life. Look how it turned out. Not great. Oh my God, Loz, you were so right. No one compares to me. Now you say it, it might be my wording either. I've noticed me picturing them more lately. So stop saying that particular affirmation. That's what I'm saying to you guys. When dumb creators are saying things like this one magic affirmation that will work for everyone. No, bullshit. Bullshit. Clickbait title. You're full of shit. Everyone's mind is different. Please stop falling for any of these clickbait titles that make you feel like you found the magic bean affirmation. There aren't any fucking magic beans, and you're being as stupid as Jack and the Beanstalk thinking, oh, this one magic affirmation that someone gave me is perfect and going to work for me. No, everyone's got a different subconscious. What a load of crap. I saw my SP in Target last night and almost shat myself. I started affirming and thinking, since we are in such close proximity, she was hearing my affirmations directly. Ah, Marion, that's great. That's a great story to have. We're so close together, you can really hear these. All right, guys, what are we going to talk about? What was my rant about? About limited belief, do I have limiting beliefs? Do I teach limiting beliefs? Maybe I'll just call it that, because I'm so fucking sick and tired of these dumb creators and dumb people who watch me who don't understand the law and think I'm teaching negativity. I'm teaching the fucking law. Fuck's sake. It's like anyone who says that about me, it's like, this is how dumb it is. It's like me being a science teacher and deciding that I'm teaching the law of gravity, but I've decided that I'm only going to teach what goes up, because that's really positive. What goes up goes up. That's the law of gravity. No, what goes up must come down. You're going to teach that bit, or you're just going to teach the bit that's clickbait and everyone wants to hear it. I'm magical and I'm limited and I can turn myself into a giraffe because I'm limitless. Not limited. I'm limitless. Yeah, but it must come down if you think negative thinking. So that's the law, like this. And I'm teaching you the fucking law. So if anyone's so clickbaity that all they're telling you is you're limitless, and they're not teaching you that your shitty thinking that you're still holding on to and your shitty story about your SP is going to fuck everything up, they are possibly the worst teacher you could be watching, because what they're doing is you're getting on their lives and you're watching their videos and you feel really fucking positive for that half an hour or that 1 hour, and you sit watching their videos every day and you sit waiting for the premiere and, you make me feel so positive. If you're writing on anyone's live, just so you guys know this, oh, thank you, such and such, you make me feel so positive about life, there's possibly a problem there. And that means they're blowing hot air up your ass and you're watching them to be boosted and cajoled and made to feel like everything's magic. And you're not actually understanding the shit you're still doing that's fucking up what they think they're teaching you. Unless that really helps you, and having toxic positivity constantly helps you, and you've got rid of your negative thinking, great, wonderful. And if that creator's doing that for you, great. But a lot of them are not teaching this properly and not teaching you that your negative thoughts might still be running and you need to get rid of those. And I'm never going to blow hot air up your ass. I mean, blow hot air up your ass, probably an Australian expression. It just means make you think something that's not true, or do toxic positivity so you watch me. I'm not your cheerleader, guys. I'm your fucking coach. And if anyone's being your cheerleader as a coach, they're the wrong coach. They're the cheer squad. Give me an A, give me an L, give me an O, give me a B, give me an E. What does it spell? Love you. SP loves you, right? They're being the cheer squad. Does the team win when the cheer squad's coaching them? Or does the team win when the coach is back there in the football dressing room screaming and yelling and telling them how to play the fucking match? I'm the person screaming and yelling and telling you how to play the match. I'm not your fucking cheer squad. And if any of you are watching creators who are cheering you on and being your cheer squad and you feel really fucking positive when you're there, and when you turn it off, negative thoughts start waning, and then you have to watch her live again because it makes you feel so good and I feel so limitless. I'm limitless. And then you go away and then you like this. Something going wrong there. That person's not a coach. They're your cheerleader, and they aren't going to manifest shit for you. Not that I'm manifesting shit for you. Well, yeah, I am, because I assume you're all success stories, but You're not getting the fundamentals and you're being cheered on. And one day when that cheering doesn't work anymore and the cheer squad doesn't make you feel good anymore because you haven't got rid of this shit, you might come to me and get yelled at by the coach. Have you ever watched a football match where when the team is losing halfway through and they go into the dressing room, the coach is going, "You're great, you're limitless, you've got this, guys, woo, give me an F, give me an O, give me a T, give me a B, give me an A, give me an L, give me an L, football." Have you ever seen that in your whole fucking life? They're the coaches some of you are watching. That's why it's not working for you. Because you're in the positivity hour. I love this positivity hour. I feel limitless. Yeah, but have you changed your shitty thinking? No? That hour ain't going to do shit. Yes, law of assumption misconstrued. Yes, like some people are misconstruing this. Neville never said that it's all positive and only positive things manifest. And this is what some people are teaching you because they want the views. They want you to feel positive. They want you to come back every week for the bolster because you need to be there, because you're desperate to be there, because you need the encouragement, because you need a cheerleader, because without that live, you feel bad. It's the feeling bad you have to fix. What if that coach got hit by a bus tomorrow? What are you going to do? Fall apart because your cheerleader's gone? You've got to be your own cheerleader, guys. All right. When are you doing success lives on Facebook for the US? Oh, I will do that. So when the new group starts, the paid group, in the Facebook group, we will have the success lives, and I'll do one soon. All right, guys. Yeah, that's what I'll call it. Do I teach limiting beliefs? Or something like that. All right, guys, it's 80. I think this live might be, and you can watch it back. Thanks so much for joining me, guys, and thank you for the super chats, and I hope anyone I yelled at isn't offended. All right, guys, see you soon. Bye.